Hey folks, how y'all doing today? I am Stately, and this is episode 6 already of our City Skylines project. Welcome to the fair town of good intentions, where it appears we might be having some trash issues, including the amazing disappearing trash issue. Oh, I see. There's a trash shortage here and a trash shortage here, and if you zoom out, it's in the middle of nowhere. Makes perfect sense. We should be okay, though. We have an operating landfill, we have an incineration plant, and this one's emptying out. So, we'll keep an eye on it. If it starts getting worse, maybe we'll make another landfill somewhere or another incineration plant. We shall see. And we got a little fire going on here. I don't really have an issue with the fire department so far. They seem to manage to get everywhere pretty well. The coverage map here doesn't seem to make much of a difference because they seem to be able to get anywhere they need to be. So we'll let it be. Keep an eye on it. Again, if things get out of control, we'll add some city services. But for now, I think we're fine. Today's goal, by the way, we are going to do some major expansions here. All of our demand is high. We didn't really do anything to expand the city, except for the tourist area last episode. So today it's time to do that, and I think we're going to start with some high density. Woody Woods has reached level 3. I can make printing presses and log yards. That's cool. I don't know what to do with that right this second, but we'll come up with something. So I'm going to start with some low range, nothing special, high density housing here. We'll do a little housing project along this road. The pollution has gone away, so it's much nicer now than it was. And if we want to have... Oh man, this terrain is rough. How shall we do this? Let's try to set it up as tower blocks. We'll do a couple of high-density tower blocks on both sides. I don't want this to end up being like the projects, so we'll put some parks in there and try to keep it nice without creating the impression that it's, a fantastic place to live, because it's not. It's cheap housing for cheap people. So something like that, and then some kind of park in the middle. Not a small playground, something a little more robust. That's a little too robust. This is all a little too robust. Maybe we'll go with a small playground after all. And I'm not going to be able to align it the way I want to. Let's see if there's anything that aligns better. It doesn't matter much what you build. They all have a recreational value, and that's kind of it. How about a tropical garden? Nah, that's going to block some stuff. Come on, what do we got here? A city fountain? Nah. Okay, small park. Nope. Teeny tiny park. Small playground. Oh, you know what? We could just put it across the street. There we go. Alright, I'm pretty sure we do have water running here, but not quite enough. So let's add a little. Okay, we got some parking. We've got some flat blocks coming up. That's all fine. And what we can do is maybe have a little low density commercial back here, so that these nice people have a place to shop. And I'm going to go ahead and turn off the day-night cycle because it looks nice, but it's not that fun to play. It's just kind of hard to see what's going on is all. So there we go. Cool. Now this should be a nice place to live if people work at the industry here. And that has gotten our residential demand down to something a little more modest. Let's see. I'm going to wait until it grows in a little bit before I start plopping down trees and stuff. We can afford to be a little bit patient there. let's put down something like a bike path. I want people to be able to get from here to here easily, and obviously bikes are better than cars. I don't have any combo paths or anything. I know there are some on the workshop, so maybe we'll look into that soon. Excuse me. Got a bit of frog in my throat tonight. Yeah, that's not right. This should be fine, though. Come on, play nice. There we go. All right, a little bike path for the people to be able to easily get to work in their office jobs. Now, how are we doing on education? We've got plenty of elementary school, but not enough high schools. Now, there is one thing you need to bear in mind here, and that's that, cruel as it may sound, it's not always the best idea to educate everybody. For example, all of these industries need lots of uneducated workers, and I have 15 well-educated workers working here, and they don't need any education. So we don't want to go completely overboard with the education unless we're willing to get rid of almost all of our industry, and I don't think we are just yet. Okay, this is filled out a little bit. Let's get some trees going, and I'm going to go for kind of a local style here. I wonder if this is because of this is because of the brushes. I'm not sure if you're supposed to be able to place these as brushes. I had this problem in the last episode as well. Maybe you are supposed to be able to place them as brushes. I'm not sure. So that looks nicer already. Just give some more trees down here. And then maybe we'll have some playground equipment in the back lot here. Or a basketball court or something. I think what we need to do, though, is kind of make this area concrete for consistency. Maybe not. It doesn't actually look that good, does it? It just looks depressing. It's okay. You know, like I said, this is not a particularly nice area, but we'll go ahead and put down some playground equipment stuff here. Some swings for him to play with. It'd be nice if there were like sports fields and things. What else do we have here that will go well? Aha! Slides. Kids love slides. I remember being a kid. I used to love slides. Okay, so that's not bad. Feels a little project-y, but it's not horrendously depressing. Cool. Okay, so industry and commerce. Now, for industry, we can now make office parks. And office parks are so much better than just straight up industry. So let's see how we can fit that in here. I have this area here, but I've kind of been saving this because it seems like it would be a good place for some kind of public transit hub when it becomes desirable for us to have public transit. We still have some garbage issues. It feels like our garbage processing capacity is a little low. I might need to do something about that soon. I think what we'll do is we'll do something around the corner here. It's pretty easy to reach. We're going to need some parking. I don't really have any parking here. except for that one lot, but that's okay. But for our office complex, I feel like we're definitely going to need parking. So y'all get to watch while I make yet another lovely parking lot. Let's see how to do this. I want some nice roads with bicycle lanes, I think. And we'll put in kind of a circle here, I think. Like that. And should this be one way? Yeah, let's make this a one-way road. Okay. There. Almost did something weird there. Not quite sure what. And then we'll connect the two roads together. Right about there. And that'll be our very first office park. Get some water up in this. That should do. An industrial office. Something like that, perhaps. And it feels a little sparse, so I'm gonna fill in some of these little gaps too. I think that should do just fine. And then, what about one of those parking garages? I think they were under parks or something for some reason. But I think a parking garage would be appropriate here. Maybe I have two different parking garages installed. I'm not 100% sure about that. This is the one I was looking at now. Do we want to just put it out here? Would that be... It would probably be way too much is what it would be, to be very specific. Let's just go ahead and set up a regular parking spot lot. We'll do, well, let's go from, say, here to there and there, and then we'll have our parking lot there. It's pretty straightforward. I'm gonna try to level this out. Because of how irritating parking lots can be. I'm just kind of eyeballing this, obviously. But that looks pretty good. And then we can put down the actual parking bays. 8x2 is not going to fit, but a 4x2 should fit just fine. Like that. I like to move it, move it. Hello. Froze up on me there for a second. And go ahead and move that, put it over here. Like so. And like so. Okay, there's our parking. There's our office park. We need something to make this a little bit pretty, but let's let it grow out for a little bit first, then decide how to do that. And now I'm going to have a look at the garbage situation. And thankfully, I don't really see any problems. So I think we're okay. All right, let's fill this in some more. This is obviously filling up pretty quickly. So I don't think we need to worry about too much supply. We'll go for some smaller buildings on these little gaps. And I think some low density commercial connecting them together. Something a little like this. And maybe one or two here as well. Okay, it's coming along pretty nicely here. We still have a lot of industrial demand. Not many people using the parking lot so far. It would be nice to think that people are, riding their bikes to get here. We can look. This guy has 4 workers. And here we go. Okay. So we got cyclists and we've got pedestrians. And then here are people coming in by car and going to the parking lot. That all makes perfect sense. So I think this is all fine. This is a neat little office park. I don't think there are any interesting office zones I can do yet. Let's take a look here. Industrial specializations. We have those. Commercial specializations. Organic and local produce. We should do something with the organic and local produce. Oh, yeah, we do have some office specializations. We have IT clusters. Requires 50% fewer workers. More electricity and more tax revenue. I don't see a drawback here. So let's go ahead and make a district out of this. Like so. And then we should be able to turn it into an IT cluster. And that should give us cool high-tech buildings, not a whole lot of jobs. And they might need highly educated people. See, they're all disappearing. They have to be rebuilt as IT cluster buildings. But that's okay. Our little projects here actually look pretty good. A couple little shops there. I feel like I now need to kind of pave the entire thing here because just having part of it not paved looks weird. So we'll go ahead and pave the world. For that dystopian feeling, right? Look at that. How depressing is that? Beautiful. That's just beautifully depressing. Oh, we missed a bit. Ha! No grass in sight. Doesn't that just look amazing? So much nicer. How's this zoned? I'm going to dezone a few things here because I just realized I want to kind of maintain access to the central area. So we'll dezone these, and what we'll do is we'll put down some paths, some nice ones. A park path. There we go. And we'll run it from here to the center here. Why can I not get a decent curve in this? Yeah, whatever. It's fine. Come on, stop being finicky. Fine. Straight line. You win. Be that way. See if I care. Something like that. You know, we could also... No, not quite. And then we can put some trees in the middle, kind of make a little relaxing space in the middle of this so that when your code won't compile, you can go somewhere and have a nice scream. Look at that. Isn't that nice? What else shall we put in here? I feel like we need something whimsical, something fun. Maybe, is there a bar? Are these ploppable? Huh. I got all kinds of little ploppables here that I guess are... normally growables. Don't really have anything good here. Food stand. I mean, you can never go wrong with food stands. We can use one of these. These are pretty nice. Trying to work out which side of these is the front. I'm going to assume that's the front, so we'll put this over here like that. That seems about right. Look at that. Look at our nice little IT cluster there. And we are raking in the money now. We're doing really well. We're doing well to the point where I'm starting to think we need to be expanding faster. That said, some of our places are trying to find workers where there are none. That's going to be a problem for these commercial areas. So let's see about some new housing. And I think maybe it's time that we started expanding on this side. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and connect these two roads together with standard 4 wide. This 2x2 with parking? Yeah, 2x2 with parking. That sounds about right. And we'll build a connector for starters. I mean, space already occupied. Of course it's already occupied. Oh, that's because all of this road here is technically a bridge. I should fix that. This one's fine, but I think we can just lower this, right? No, it's still a bridge. I might have to rebuild it. I'm not 100% sure whether or not that's going to work. But anyway, that'll be our main connector road here, and we'll go ahead and do a standard 2-lane road, I think. What is that? 1 lane, 1 way with parking for neighborhood traffic. Okay, I don't need that right now. But it's good to know that it's there. We're going to go with a regular road. And we'll go close to the water line here, like that. No, straight lines, straight lines. What the hell? What just happened there? Something has gone awry, so to speak. Let's try that again. That's more like it. Going for a kind of high density here, I guess. Perhaps not that high, though. We don't want to crowd it. There's no reason to. We don't have to crowd it. We can make perfectly nice little livable neighborhoods. And that connects everything together. I'm going to put in some waterworks here. I keep forgetting where the water stuff is. It's under landscaping, isn't it? Yeah, here we go. This is what I'm looking for. So we'll start here, and we'll go just along the water side. I don't want this one. There are other ones. There are nicer ones. I installed a few that are much more attractive. We'll do this guy. Look at that. Isn't that just much nicer? We'll go down under this bridge, like so. So what we have now is kind of a steep slope there. I think maybe we should try to do something about that, but I'm not 100% sure what. I think maybe we'll let it be. Okay, so this is going to be high-end housing, I think. Let's go ahead and give these guys plenty of space. We'll have, especially by the water side here, we'll just have a few houses. For the wealthy and powerful. I'm not sure what to do with the middle here. There's not a lot of room for much of anything. Okay, there we go. And it's starting to fill in. Let's consider this central area. I think this would be a nice place for some kind of park or something recreational at least. And maybe something a little sophisticated. Let's... Botanical gardens. Oh, poop, it doesn't fit. Okay, no botanical gardens, but a Japanese garden? I'll bet a Japanese garden will fit. Just like that. The slope's a little iffy, but it's okay. Alright, and then we need some electricity. These people are so picky. Electricity and... I'm just going to pause here, and I'm going to start drawing up more plots. As you can see, I'm kind of going for a theme here. I'm just going with smallish, low-density houses. Plenty of spacing between them. So this is kind of an aesthetic area. We'll probably put up some hedges and things to prettify it, make things blend together a bit too. But mostly I'm doing this now because once these start filling in, I won't have to worry quite as much about electrical power. And if I'm not mistaken, I should now be able to make greenhouses from the eco expansion. I forget what it's called. There's a... Oops. There's some DLC that I have. I think it's Green Cities. I think it's just called Green Cities. Not 100% sure though. But we'll check. We'll make a zone out of this and we'll see what we can do. Oops, did it again. Oops, I did it again. Please don't demonetize me, YouTube. Just like that. And now we should be able to run electricity basically from here to, well, here-ish, I guess. And hope that it starts filling in pretty quickly. And if it does, we won't have to worry about the electrical issues. Okay, so the education situation, right? We have, I guess our population is aging because we're looking at far lower demand for education than we have in the past. That's not necessarily a good thing. Okay, simple little neighborhood, nothing special, won't be too overcrowded. Let's see about solving the electrical issues though. This is probably just going to be temporary. It looks like I should be able to tear it down almost immediately, which is good because it's hideous. But at least now they have power. Okay, what's going on here? We got one landfill site emptying and one landfill site completely full. That's a problem. This one's only 26% full, so we're going to stop that one emptying. And this is a problem, folks. I built a high-tech industry, and I don't have a university. So those guys are going to struggle to get employees. And I need to think about what to do with that. Maybe it's time to build a university. We've got a modern-looking university here. And I think we should go ahead and build it. Let's find a nice place for it, though. I don't have the university expansion, so this is just going to be a university, but that doesn't mean it has to be ugly. Should we put it in as infill here? This is bad, by the way. These are all going to end up being abandoned. We could put it down here, maybe? Let's build a little quad for it. Let's put the university quad down right about here. We'll have a nice double road heading up to it. We'll put straight lines, I guess. That gives us plenty of room to expand. Then the university itself will go right there. It's a start. It's Spartan, but it's a start. And that should increase the land value around here as well. So we got water sorted for the university. We need power. We'll run that from the garbage dump. Easy peasy. And then we'll decide what to put around it. Let's start with a nice park. I'm thinking maybe just something like a standard large park to kind of anchor the central area. Why will you not snap properly? I kind of want you to snap here and not there. It won't center. It doesn't have to be exactly centered. It's no big deal. And we'll just fill it out with trees so that it kind of fills out the area. Are these similar trees? Yeah, more or less. They're a little brighter. Maybe some of these big guys. I guess these are redwoods. And then some ground cover. Let's get some foliage going here. Where's my foliage at? Where my foliage at, you? I don't see the foliage anymore. I'm telling you, man. I'm constantly losing things in this game. Fine, we'll put down some shrubs instead. Okay, kind of out in the middle of nowhere so far, but that's okay. It is what it is. And now we still have a fair amount of commercial demand. This is not filling out as quickly as I'd hoped. It kind of looks very sparse, very barren. I need to see if we still need these electrical lines, and we do, but not beyond here. Hello, bulldozer? Bulldozer! This is all connected now. So, commercial. We have a large amount of commercial demand, and I think maybe what I'll do is I'll put up a kind of a large strip mall on this corner. Let's take a quick look around. Look at all this. They're all abandoned. And more will become abandoned. I made a terrible, terrible mistake putting that up before I had a university. And the garbage issue persists. So let's take a look here. This thing is only using 6 garbage trucks. I don't know why garbage pickup is such an issue. But it clearly is, and we need to do something about it. So we'll go ahead and put down a teeny tiny little road somewhere out of the way, but not too far out of the way, because we need to cover this corner. We're having some crime issues here too. Let's put it over here, because that's kind of already my junk corner. That's kind of my place where I hide shit. So I guess an incineration plant won't really detract from the ambience. Look at this. So that should solve those issues. Now let's see about the police issues. Do we have like high crime anywhere? We have one police station here. That's it. But it seems okay. And there go the garbage trucks, all on their way to solve these issues. Okay, let's get back to our strip mall. I've never really done a strip mall before. I think what we'll do is, you know what? I have toll booths. Hold on. Oh, these are zonable. I didn't realize I had those. Must have installed them and not paid attention to them afterwards. Look, there's garbage trucks everywhere now. And still, none of them are picking up the trash for these guys. Well, they're hard at work. I'm sure it'll be fine. I hope I'm sure it'll be fine. I hope it'll be fine. That's what I was saying. Anyways, zonable sidewalks notwithstanding, that is very cool. We're going to go ahead and let's do something like that. I think maybe bigger. I think maybe we need to think a little bit more robust. Something like, no, straight lines. Because we need to zone this stuff. So those are our access routes. And that goes there. And now we can put in some parking, I guess. Go like that and that. I don't think we like that bit. That's not very appealing. But we do need more parking than just this. So maybe up here. Yeah, there we go. And again, I don't want parking running directly onto the main road here, because people will turn in and cause a, well, chaos is what they'll cause. But what we could do is put down a bit of road here and then have a small parking strip. No? Oh, come on, play nice. There. And now I'm gonna kind of straighten things out a little bit as best I can. Go for some nice parallels here. So, yeah, something like this, I guess, should do nicely. Now we'll put in the actual parking, I suppose. Hopefully this is all flat enough to work reasonably well. Excuse me, I've had a throat in my frog the entire stream. That's exactly what I was trying to say. Yes, a throat in my frog. Yeah, we need something smaller for that. I knew that. Totally did. This is too small. This is too big. Man, there's no middle ground here, huh? Okay. That's not what I was trying to accomplish. Just trying to move this. Something like that, more or less, kind of, sort of, I suppose. Sorry, coughing. Lots and lots of coughing. And this will be, I guess, the main parking lot. Yeah, straighten out. There we go. Yeah, that'll work. It's not quite right, but it's definitely close enough for government work. I've got a beautiful fit here, so that's pleasant. Cool. Okay. A couple little handicap spots here and there. And should we just go like this? I think so. I feel like I'm doing this whole rotating thing wrong. Not 100% sure, but I feel like there should be a better way. There. Okay, and now we can put some commerce in here. I'm going to do a mix of high density and low density. We'll have a couple of big places like this, and then we'll have a couple of smaller places like that, and one nice big chunk here, some more low density around here. I'm eager to see how this fills out. It should be interesting. Not sure if I'm going to get that strip mall vibe. But actually, so far, it's kind of exactly the vibe we're getting here. I know they're, oh, look at that. They're like 100 feet off the ground. I mean, how can you be that far off the ground? Whatever, I'm going to have to look at that and see if there's some way to do something about that, because it's a little ridiculous. It just doesn't look good. It bugs me. Okay, I just gave you water. You can stop whining about the water now. Good, you've stopped whining about the water. Our residential area is filling out a little bit. It's too sparse. This is just not enough. What we'll do is we'll kind of bifurcate it all. We'll put some more roads in here. And we'll just kind of increase the density. Still with the low density though, and still I'm gonna stick with the 2x2s. I got a theme here that I'm sticking with. And the same thing over here. I don't know if that one's going to work as intended because those look like they're two different grid patterns right next to each other. And that should help it fill out a little bit. And then we'll maybe put down some hedges. Should be under fences here. Look at that, 1 by 6 and 1.5 by 3.8. I don't know what that means, but let's see how they look. I was thinking we could do something like that. And now we need to use the magic of move it to straighten these things out. See, that way they get a little privacy. Let's see, I'm kind of just popping them in now, and then I'll go back and rearrange them with Move It. Well, some of these are pretty okay the way they are. Okay. I like to move it, move it. Sorry, I've done that joke before, haven't I? Let's make it all pretty so that people actually want to live here. That looks pretty good. Some of the alignment's not great. Do kind of want a little bit of grass. Is this bowed? Did I not make this one straight? No, I didn't. I can fix that easily enough. There we go. Lovely. And we're starting to get some traffic around here. This isn't bad, right? This has kind of a strip mall vibe to it. This is ridiculous, though. What can I do about this? I can't even select it properly. Here, it's this one. There we go. I think I got it. More or less. It's better, but it's still not quite on the ground. Do I not have Move It properly selected here? Great. Now they're in the ground. Not progress. Okay, close enough for now. Let's work on that later. This is kind of disappointing. I'm getting like identical buildings right next to each other. And a big bite, a Bob's Big Bite. I think we can have a little more infill here. And again, I wouldn't expect much green here, so I am going to go ahead and continue to pave the world, I think. This, by the way, kind of irritating. Keep ending up with these little stripes. Another floating parking spot, by the way, here. Not sure what went wrong, but it went wrong repeatedly. Okay, I think I managed to park everybody well into the inferno. Okay, we're getting closer. This is really an issue. These parking spots need to be perfectly horizontal or they just don't work right. See, I can either have floating cars or disappearing cars. irksome, but what are you going to do? This also irksome, but what are you going to do? We still have a lot of demand for residential now. So maybe we should come up with a new place to put down some high-density residential. But let's finish, paving out the mall first. And we will be adding some nice decor to this eventually, I hope. For now, I just kind of want to make the foundations. Put some signs down, maybe some flower boxes, that kind of thing. Excuse me. And as you can see, we're having some trouble finding employees here. Another indication that we need to work on more residential. Okay, almost done paving the mall. I'm going to keep that little section green there. We might be able to do something cool with it. Okay. All right, that's pretty good. What do we have in the way of decor here? A bunch of signs, not really what I'm looking for. High-tech industrial logo random, perhaps not. But we should definitely have, do we have some kiosks maybe? Something like a newsstand here and there. I guess those would be, well, pretty much wherever we want them, I suppose, right? Put a newsstand over here, and we got these big empty areas that I feel like we either need to infill with zoning or do something completely different with. Okay, that was a kiosk, maybe some kind of fountain. Got a garden fountain. Okay, that needs to be lifted up a little bit. No? And we're just not going to put it there because that looks silly. Where else would be a good place for a garden fountain? It's all a little uneven, so let's let that be for now. But maybe some tables here. A planter or 200. No? Nothing? Not a nuclear power plant, a planter. Planter. Something like this. There we go. You can have a couple of these to kind of pretty up the empty areas. Can I go up here? Yeah. It's okay. It's fine. And do we have other colors or options? Yeah, we got a couple other colors here we can do. Mostly just like to break up the big empty areas. It would appear that this is the remaining big empty area. So there you go, kind of a classic American strip mall area. Oh, I forgot to pave this section. Because of course I did. Any more zoning we can do here? These are zoned but haven't filled in yet. That's fine. I feel like this corner, we can have something. It's not bad, right? It looks kind of like a mall. Yeah, I'm reasonably pleased with that. Okay, we have very little industrial demand. We have very high residential demand right now. Our university is costing us lots of money. We have serious employment problems. So, time for more high density residential. And I mean a fair amount too. Where can we put this? What would be a good place? Right up here. We can put something right up here. Maybe we'll do 2-lane road because we anticipate some traffic. We'll do maybe a 2-section curve like this. And get some water in here. And let's get some big old residential blocks going. Demand should be very high, so these should fill up very quickly. And this might be where we start having to think about public transport too, because areas like this are going to get a lot of commuters. And we'll do some low density residential here so we don't clog all of our road facilities. And that's turning into a big old residential cluster now. I'm not sure how I feel about that. But it's definitely hurting us in the employment industry in particular. Look at this. All of these guys are going to go out of business. That said, this seems to be okay now. We've got some highly educated workers coming into the job market now thanks to the university. So our IT cluster here is doing well. Our population is decreasing, and I'm a little unclear about why that would be. Okay, all right. I think we're pretty much going to be done for today. We obviously have some work to do here, in particular with regards to employment, or more accurately, availability of employees. But we'll be able to fix that. Money is coming in like nobody's business. The only other thing that I want to take a quick look at here today is traffic, and still pretty well under control. Our main street here, I mean, this is busy, but it's not crazy. This isn't a huge issue by any stretch of the imagination. So we're still pretty good. Let's look at like how people are getting to these places. They're walking. They're walking from a million miles away. This is more sane. We've got some cyclists and some automobiles, but we're getting people walking huge distances. So I'm thinking next episode, it'll be time for some bus lines. We'll start getting this sorted out. We've got some crime issues here too. Nothing too serious. Again, crime is still very low overall, but let's go ahead and put down a police station. We got plenty of space. University probably going to lead to some crime. Let's put it here. This is a good place, I think. It's on a thoroughfare. It'll increase the land value on the commercial area here. That seems like a good call. So we got a university done. We don't have too many students yet. We got a very low density residential area going on here that definitely needs a little bit of beautification. We got our new office park built here, which I think turned out very nicely indeed. We've got some projects going on here, some high density housing. That's actually not projects. Land values are pretty high here. It's a bit lower here, but it's still not bad. Still got a lot of commercial demand, got a lot of residential demand, but it will all just have to wait until next time. Alrighty, folks, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Stately. This is City Skylines. Please feel free to leave a comment under the video if you have any ideas of what I should build or which mods I should be using, or if you just want to tell me that I suck. I get that a lot. Take it easy, folks. Thanks for tuning in. I will see you all next time.